outside and 98% humidity, you're walking around in all the water you need.
Discovered in 1922, King Tut tomb, right? Gold covered chariot, furniture, but check, this is what I want y'all to look at. Alabaster vessels. Alabaster vessels. They discovered King Tut tomb in 1922. Alabaster. Remember alabaster now. Now let me show y'all something they discovered in Idaho about King Tut in 1915. Now check this out. This is an alabaster egg from Idaho with a fucking Mayan on it. With a Mayan looking, you see that? That's the face, that's the headdress. That's King Tut symbol. And this is the priest of the Maya on an egg they found in Idaho in 1915. Why are we finding Egyptian shit in Idaho before they even found King Tut tomb? That's crazy. That's crazy. Let me show y'all the newspaper clipping. This the newspaper clipping, right? Look. King Tut relic found in Idaho 22 years before King Tut tomb even was discovered in Egypt. We know the truth now.
Yo, family, this timeline's not making any sense. It's not making any sense, fam. This is not the real world. Look, family, this is the Hindenburg, 1937. This is being filmed in 1937. Not only is the HD quality mind-blowing, but look at the city, fam. Remember, this is the Hindenburg, 1937, literally 1 hour before it went down in a blazing inferno over New Jersey. The Hindenburg. This is historical. This is not conspiracy theory, all right? This is live in your face. This is the Hindenburg airship over New York City, 1937. Take away 37 years. You get left with 1900. Minus another year, that's 1899. So get this straight. Let me get this straight. If you took away 87 years, you'd be back in motherfucking 1850. When did they start construction of this city, fam? When did they start building this? Because in the 1800s, there was no such thing as a power tool. There was horses and buggies. There was no power tools, nothing of the sort. Fam, you're looking at 1937, the Empire State Building. Everything is there already. It looks like New York right now. Family, how? When did they start construction? Who built this? Family, you're looking at Tartaria, bro. You're looking at Tartaria. Come on, man, stop playing. The timeline doesn't make any sense. Like I said, 37 years. From 1937, take away 37 years, you get 1900. Minus another 50, that's 1850. Horse and buggy business. That's when they had to start constructing this city for it to be here now. Family, this city did not take no 100 years to build. It did not take no 50 years to build. This is a couple hundred years worth of construction right here. They had to start this in the 1800s, early 1800s, late 1700s. How? What tools did they use to do this? Family, it's all bullshit. This is Tartaria. You're still in Tartaria. Look at these fucking cities. All they did was tear down all the real shit and put up a bunch of flimsy glass buildings and shit. Talking about Twin Towers and all these goofy shits. That's all they did, put up their brutalistic architecture to cover over what was already there. Fam, the infrastructure was already here. We built this shit. There's no fucking way. When they came to these motherfucking United States of America, these cities was already here. How in the fuck? 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. 1400, 1500, 1600, 1700, 1800, 1900. Who built these cities? You got here in the 1400s. You weren't building it in the 1500s. You weren't building it in the 1600s. You definitely weren't building it in the 1700s or the 1800s. You didn't have power tools. So when did you start building this? In the 1900s? Well, this is 1937. It took you 37 years to do all this? Anyway, family, more receipts from the source chop. Don't let these monkeys tell you shit. You are literally looking at Tartaria. And this airship you're looking at, the Hindenburg, it's also Tartarian. Let's go, man. Chop, chop. Yeah. Yeah, so counsel, they want us to believe that these people who came over with Columbus, these pilgrims and shit, who didn't even know how to plant food, didn't know how to eat an orange, didn't know about seasoning, the most simple basic shit in life they did not know. You want me to believe that they came over here and built all this? They got here in 1492. What the fuck are you talking about, nigga? That's a couple hundred years. They didn't even know how to farm. They spent 90% of the time dying before we taught them how to plant fucking food. What are you talking about? Trying to tell me that while you were learning to farm, simple fucking farm, you were engineering and building these motherfucking cities? Yeah, right, nigga. You came and stole our shit. Counsel, it's not that deep. The math isn't even that hard. First power tool invented 1895. And it took a while before everyone got to them. So you mean to tell me from 1900 to 1937, y'all had every city in the United States and around the world built? Man, go take a flying fuck.
Today was a crazy day. I saw this International Space Station crossing the moon, and I thought to myself, how come it's only about a quarter of the size of a plane crossing the moon? Seems like it'd be much smaller than that. Especially when we look at the size comparison and see that both an airplane and the International Space Station are about the same size as a football field. And then you look at a football field from an airplane window and you realize that it looks pretty small from there. So then I wonder, is this really 250 miles away? Then I thought to myself, well, it can't be fake because I can go on YouTube and watch the live stream of the ISS coursing across the face of the Earth. And someone obviously took this picture, and I know you can track it, and there's people who see it all the time, but the live feed footage doesn't look much higher than a weather balloon, and we all know most satellites are launched by balloon. So then I came across this thing, which is a US patented triangular spacecraft that uses what is called unconventional spacecraft propulsion systems, which is a spacecraft having a triangular hull with vertical electrostatic line charges on each corner that produce a horizontal electric field parallel to the sides of the hull. This field interacting with a plane wave emitted by the antennas on the sides of the hull generates force per volume, combining both lift and propulsion. Then I find out that these electrostatic propulsion systems are used in satellites. Then I start to look into electrostatic levitation. What? Then I find out about the electrostatics in our atmosphere, that it has an equipotential increase of 100 volts per meter, which could possibly be the reason for the downward bias of things trying to seek equilibrium on the ground. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I figure out that liquid oxygen is actually magnetic. And I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on. If liquid oxygen is magnetic, and frozen oxygen is this beautiful sky blue, then does liquid oxygen somehow interact with this electrostatic orbital electromagnetic field? I don't know. Wait, what? Then I found this thing, a toroidal field made out of copper and stones. All of a sudden he hangs this golden necklace over it and it starts orbiting. Oh, have you seen the path of the ISS over the flat Earth? Yeah, that's the path it takes. The International Space Station path over the flat Earth. It's a toroidal field. I don't know. This is why they don't want us to do our own research, because simply just asking a question about this sent me on this whole rabbit trail of finding a lot of other things that may be... Whoa, Viper! I almost got done with the video, but then guess what you did? You screamed at me! What do you want? What? Hold on. What'd you just say to me? Anyway, hey, could this thing possibly be orbiting a different way? Could the firmament be scientifically explained?
Why did they destroy all the bells after World War II? Because if you sit in a bell and someone hits it and it begins to resonate, you can begin to heal like that. Because sound frequency instantaneously heals the body. Similar to chanting. If you any sound effect will begin to instantly structure all the body at the same time. That's what used to happen in the cathedrals. They would ring the bells or they would play the pipe organ.